Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm LeetCoder. If you guys are new here, I pretty much do LeetCode style questions and explain things in the simplest way possible. Today we have a pretty interesting problem that I'm very excited to get into today. So let's go ahead and read the problem statement, right? So he says a given two integer arrays, right, nums1 and num2, right, return an array of their intersection, right? So it says each element in the result, right, must be unique, right? And you may return the result in any order, right? So this is a very, very good thing that they told us, right? They want the stuff to be unique, right? So guys, I don't know if you guys know that, but whenever I hear the word unique, I always think of a set, right? I'm saying, so let's see how, you're probably saying, oh, how's the set going to be useful, but we'll see. So pretty much we see that we see one, so we had this is the first array, right? Nums1, and then the other array, nums2, right? And we need to find the intersection, right? So with their intersection is 2, right? Because 2 is the only number that they both have in common, right? So that's what they mean by intersection, right? Pretty much the numbers that they both have in common, right? And so the output that we're gonna return to them, right? It has to be unique, right? So you see, he has two twos, right? But they're totally one number, right? Two is the number that they have in common, right? They don't want any duplicates, right? They want it to be unique, right? And then same thing here, right? 4 and 9 are the two numbers that they have in common, right? There's no 8 in nums1, right? There's no 8, right? But there's a 9 and a 4, right? So they have those two numbers together, right? So we return that, right? There's no 5 in this array, so that's not part of the intersection, right? So they both have 9 and 4 as part of the intersection, right? So yeah. So now, guys, yeah. So they pretty much the intersection, the numbers that they both have in common, right? So the way we're gonna solve this problem, guys, is gonna be very, very good, right? So how we're gonna go about it, So we're gonna loop through the first array, right? So we're gonna loop through the first array, and then we're gonna add all the numbers in that array in some kind of set, right? Right? So that we add it to a set, guys, because we want the numbers to be unique, right? So it doesn't matter if there's a million ones, right, or a million twos, right? As we just want that individual number, right? Only one of it, right? And then after we add all the numbers to a set, right? So we know number one contains a one, right? We know number one contains a two as well, right? And then we loop through a second. So now after we have the set, right, we're gonna loop through the second array, right, to check if, so as we're looping through a second array, right, we check does that number, right, the current iteration, right, does it is it inside of nums1, right? Because the set is gonna have it all the numbers that's in num1, right? So we check that if it's in there, so we know that they must have those two in common. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be part of the intersection, right? So we're gonna have to have this other data structure, right? It's gonna hold all the values that they have in common. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this is gonna work, guys. I'm saying, so we're gonna use another set for that as well because we want it to be unique, guys. Unique. That's the only way we can make sure that they're unique. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go through a couple examples real quick, okay? I'm pretty sure everything will be set, right? So now, so this is the first example, right? So we got those two things, right? So now the next thing that we're gonna do, I told you guys. So I'm gonna loop through the first thing first, right? So now we're gonna loop through the first array first. So we check one, we add one to the set, boom. We see two, we add two to the set, boom. We see another two, we add two to the set. It's already in there, so it's only gonna hold unique values. I'm saying it's only gonna hold that 1, 2, so we don't have to worry about. We see a 1 again, right? We add 1, but there's already a 1 in there, so it's good, right? We don't add it again, you know what I'm saying? Because it's already in there, so it holds unique things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so there's not gonna be any duplicates in a set, so that's a very good data structure to have that. So after we do that, guys, what I'm saying, we're gonna loop through the second list, right? But now we're gonna have another set, right? So let's call the other set the intersection, right? Because that's gonna be the thing that's gonna hold the values, right, that they both have in common, right? So now, guys, what I'm saying, so we loop through a second, right? So we see a 2. Is there a 2 that exists in the set, right? Because remember, the set holds all the number that's in nums1, right? So that's why we have the set, you know what I'm saying? to help us to efficiently do that, right? Because it also holds unique values. I'm saying so the set gives us custom time access, right? So the time complexity is good, right? We there's a 2 on the set, right? Yeah, there's a 2 on the set. So now we add 2 to the intersection list, right? List not set, right? Because those are numbers that they both have in common, right? Because yeah. So we see 2, 2's in there. Boom, good. We see 2 again, right? 2's in the set, right? We add 2, but it's a set, so it holds unique value, so it's only gonna hold that 2. So that's why we end up returning 2 as the only number that they have in common. You know what I'm saying? So this is how it works. So let's go ahead and do it again, right? For the second one, right? So we loop through. We add 4, boom. We add 9, boom, right? We also add 5, right? So after we add 5, we're done, right? So now it holds all the unique values, right? So now we're gonna loop through the second array, right? We're gonna set the second array, right? So now, same thing, guys. I'm saying so. Let's intersection. All right. So same thing, guys. I'm saying we do 9, right? So we check 9. Is 9 in the set, right? Yeah, 9's in the set. Boom. So that's something that they have in common. You know what I'm saying, because the set holds all the numbers in nums1, right? So now that's why we add 9 to the set, right? And then we loop through again, right? We see 4, right? Is 4 in the set? Yeah, 4 is in the set, right? Cool. We add it to the thing because that's number that they both have in common. Say we check 9. 9's in the set, but we add 9, but it's there's already a 9 in there, so it doesn't matter. I'm saying 8. Nope, 8 is not in the set, so we would not add it to the intersection because they don't have that in common. You know what I'm saying, and we see a 4, right? 4. There's a 4 in the set. We add that to the thing, right? But there's already a 4 in there, so yeah, it doesn't really help. So we end up returning 9 and 4 as the intersection, right? You guys can see this is the actual answer that they need, right? So now, guys, let's go ahead with the algorithm, right? I'm saying let's go ahead and do that real quick. So now I told you guys we're gonna have so we're gonna be using a set, right? A set for the first to loop through all the numbers in nums1, right? So let's just so it's gonna be a set of integers, right? Let's go that set, right? And then we need new has set, right? So now we loop through, right? All the numbers in nums1, right? So we do set that at nums, right? So after we do that, right? The next thing that I told you guys we're gonna need this other set, right? It's gonna be set of integers as well, right? We're gonna call this one intersection, right? Because that's gonna be the thing that's gonna hold all the numbers that they have in common, right? Very, very important, right? So now we loop through all the numbers, right, in nums2, right? And then we check, right? So now this is the very important step that I told you guys, right? We get check, right? This the set, right? Which is the set which contains all the numbers in nums1, right? If it contains, right? If it has, so as we're looping through nums2, right? If we encounter a number, right? We check, all right, is it in nums? Is it in the set that contains all the numbers for nums1, right? If it does, right? The next thing that we're gonna do is that we're gonna add it to the intersection, right? Intersection, right? That add, so we add it to the intersection, right? We add the nums, right? Right? If there's if it contains that number, right? And then now after we do that, guys, what I'm saying, since they need an array for us to return an array, right? We're going to have to put all answers in an array format, right? So that they could be happy. So we're gonna use an array, right? So enter array of size of intersection size, right? So now the next thing that we're gonna do, guys, I'm saying, which is gonna be very, very good. we just loop through all the numbers that's included in the intersection thing, right? So now we're gonna do that, right? We just do num, right? It's gonna be so yeah, we look through all the numbers that's in the intersection, right? The intersection set, right? So now, yeah, so now we need an index variable, right? That's gonna help us to populate the array. What I'm saying. So we do array, r of index, right? X plus plus, right? Is equal to the number, right? It says the order doesn't matter, so that's pretty good. And then we end up returning the array, right? So pretty much it's gonna loop through. So we create an array of size of the intersection, right? So let's say there's like two numbers, right? The array is gonna be size 2, right? And then we add this index variable that's gonna help us to populate it, and then we just loop through all the numbers that are included in the intersection set that we have, right? And then we just yeah, let's go ahead and try to run the code, see if we pass the small test cases, guys. I'm saying we passed that small test case. Let's see if we pass all the test cases. All right, perfect, guys. We're able to pass all the test cases, guys. Yeah, guys. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you guys are new here, if you guys like this content, make sure to give me a like and also subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.